We're just gonna get into it. This is my degree.
Right,
we know what this is. You see how tattered this shit is?
That's your degree?
Yeah, it's actually it's real.
I wish I had one of those.
It has my government name on it.
Can I like Photoshop? University of Central Missouri.
Yeah.
Look at you, Dante. You got a bachelor's in fine arts.
It's fucking real.
I'm a high school dropout.
See, so
Crazy.
Yeah, you don't have one of these.
I can't even buy one. ChatGPT could actually probably make
ChatGPT could probably buy you one, but
should we do the ChatGPT? Should we read off the ChatGPT about?
Actually, yeah. So I am not going to be giving this guy an intro today. I'm actually going to let ChatGPT do it, because it actually did it pretty well.
It actually did it. Here, I'll let you read it. I'll let you read it off.
I gotta read it in like a monotone voice too. Oh wait, this is my degree. This isn't my degree. Now you see why it's tattered. I actually kicked it twice. Curb stomped it. Welcome to the show where I give you a backstage pass into the life of a freelancer and content creator. And sometimes I get to hang out with people like, wait, I can't
Dude,
let people
okay,
know.
there's multiple ones. Just read the top one then.
Multiple ones. What, you got variations?
Yeah. Here, actually do
Give me the gluten-free version. I need that one.
Okay, read this one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
What the fuck do we have here?
Me described by ChatGPT.
Larry Bommarito, known professionally as Sekondtry, is a distinguished urban and architectural photographer. Did you hand me a 5-paragraph essay?
That's just what it
Fuck.
says.
Okay. Is there a works cited page? His photographic journey began in 2016 during a period of personal turmoil. Seeking a way to cope with a significant breakup, Larry picked up a GoPro Hero 4 and began exploring the city, capturing images of its urban landscape. This hobby quickly transformed into a passionate pursuit, leading him to scale some of the tallest buildings in St. Louis to achieve unique and breathtaking shots. Why are there clickable quotations here?
It's pretty wild.
Is that actually works cited? Stop it.
I don't know where that came from, but that is legit.
What happens? Can I click it?
I don't know. Sure.
I'm going to click it.
What does it do?
Holy fuck.
Does it take you to a link?
Yeah.
Like a what?
Yeah. Okay. The first one takes you to your website.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Second one takes you to stlbucketlist.show.com.
Oh, damn it, Luke.
You got. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we should have read the other one.
You actually did give me a 5-paragraph essay. Sekondtry's work is characterized by a deep appreciation for urban decay, street scenes, and the hidden beauty within overlooked parts of the city. His ability to find and showcase these unseen aspects of urban environments has earned him considerable acclaim. He has collaborated with major brands such as Def Jam Records, Budweiser, and iHeartMedia, among others. And his Instagram account is celebrated as one of the top accounts to follow in St. Louis. Again, clickable links. One of them is your website, and the other one is, again, the Bucket List Show.
God, how did that happen? Luke must have paid a lot of money for that one.
Despite his success, Sekondtry remains dedicated to learning and evolving in his craft. He approaches photography not just as a means to create striking images, but as a continuous educational journey driven by a desire to understand and document the diverse cultures, architecture, and people he encounters. Damn. Yeah, in every podcast clip, I'm just going to use the Metro Boomin sound effect.
We've
Metro,
already got the
please.
Clip. We've already got the clip.
We need the sound effect. We need the actual
Big
sound
Tone.
effect.
Hey, Big Tone. If you're out there watching or listening, I'll hit you up. But yeah, we need a Metro Boomin clip, please. I know you can put in a word for me.
Please.
Thank you again for giving me the access to shoot the show.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. So Metro was in St. Louis recently.
Yeah.
Did a free concert. It was beautiful. It was a time. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Man.
Wild. Insane.
Wild.
Insane.
White girls love that.
Facts. But the distrumental, that's insane.
Distrumental. That's a good way to put it.
Distrumental. Like we've never seen something like that.
No.
He used no words. He didn't say a word on that track.
Nope.
It was just BBL Drizzy. And then he tried to use it in Sexy Red Song.
Yeah, not a Sexy Red fan. I'll just say that on record.
It's not a
Sexy Red fan, but that's okay though.
Look, her music's not for me.
It doesn't have to be, but
she's
happy,
doing her thing.
I'm cool with what she's doing for the city. It's good.
Yeah. Like she still comes back. She's still she reps St. Louis, Like that's more than a lot of people.
Photos of Sexy Red? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I would rep that just because it's a Lou thing. I would do that.
Yeah. For those that are unfamiliar with your work, I mean ChatGPT is, so you should be too. For those unfamiliar, how would you describe yourself in 2 sentences?
I mean, very basically put, I'm just a dude that was born and raised in St. Louis, and I have a camera and I document what I see every day. I mean, that's about it. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I have been in a lot of crazy rooms with a lot of different people. I've shot a lot of different things. I've worked with people like Travis Pastrana. I've worked with people like Nelly. I've done stuff for City Soccer. I mean, kind of like you name it, I've done. I've shot for Adidas. Yeah. I mean, I just kind of, whatever gets thrown my way, I do it.
Whenever you first picked up that GoPro, did you think it was going to take you to places like that?
Absolutely not. No. Whenever I first started with a GoPro, I was actually working for the Cardinals. I worked for the Cardinals for like 6 years.
Okay.
I did. I was a media relations supervisor for the Cardinals.
So you had a title.
Yeah, I had a title. I had like a staff of like 12 people under me, like that I controlled.
You had a team.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was dope. And like, so I did that. I saw a lot of baseball games, which kind of made me burnt out. But my first year was like 2013, so we went to the World Series. So like it was a dope experience.
Okay, so that was a great time to be like part of it.
It was a very, very good first year to start a job.
Yeah.
I was still there. My last game that I ever worked was the Winter Classic.
Really?
So that was my last game that I ever worked. Long story short, though, I basically had a GoPro during that time, like right around like 2015, 2016. Yeah, like 2016, really. And I was taking my GoPro to work at that point. I had like a Hero 4. It had like the touchscreen. I thought it was the shit.
Why a GoPro?
It was cheap and it was small. And actually, it was a gift from somebody.
Okay.
So like, I didn't even think about anything. Like I was actually, the real reason why I wanted the GoPro was because remember all the old GoPro clips?
Yeah.
And they had like crazy video.
Yeah. It was always like doing some acrobatic type shit.
I was like, man, like I want to do video.
Yeah.
Literally. Funny enough, I actually wanted to start doing video.
Whoa. Okay.
And never touched it after I realized what went into it. Yeah. And I was like, cool, I'll just take photos.
Yeah.
So I was taking like photos, like I was taking like burst. Because like I realized that like a GoPro wasn't like very stable in like settings. So I figured out I shot it instead of horizontally, I shot it vertically to fit for Instagram.
Yeah.
And it had this super wide eye fish, fish look, fish eye look. And I was climbing on rooftops. I was very intrigued because that all started from me being very intrigued by graffiti writers. And I would see graffiti on top of buildings. So I'm like, how did they get up there? So I wanted that perspective. So I took my GoPro, started climbing on buildings and started showing the perspective from things. And I was doing like burst mode, like photos. I was taking like 30 photos a second because it had that option. And then I would take the one in the middle that was in focus and straight. And then that was that. Yeah. And like I was editing JPEG photos in Lightroom and posting them on Instagram.
JPEGs.
Things I didn't know. And then I'm like, oh God, like JPEGs. What a rookie move. Woof. And then I had my buddy Zach Day. He had a 6D and he was like the first person to have like a DSLR around me. So I learned how to shoot manual on that. And then like it just like took off. And that was that.
Okay.
My very first photo shoot, my very first paid photo shoot too, was actually for Acura St. Louis.
Really?
And I made $50 shooting cars for them.
$50?
It was a come up for me.
$50?
Yeah, they were cheap.
What did
Acura? You're cheap, but
okay. That's first. Acura is like a luxury Honda.
They paid me $50.
$50?
They paid me $50 because I knew somebody that worked there, and they're like, "Hey, well, cool. Like, how much would you charge?" And I was like, "Cool, like $50." It was on me.
You said $50.
It was on me. Like, but like they didn't like counter. They're like, "Hey, like we feel bad. We'll give you $100." They were just like, "Oh, cool, $50."
They get you charge $50 and they tip.
It was
you
my
50.
very first paid photo shoot, and I had to borrow my buddy Zach's camera.
Man.
And that's how all this started. And I was like, wow, I can actually make money doing this. Sweet. Yeah. I made $50. I can actually eat good tonight.
Yeah,
And I was like, sweet. And like that's like what clicked. And I was like, all right.
Okay. So you started with Acura.
That was my very first paid photo shoot.
Did you do like other car stuff? Like
Never.
Following that?
Never touched it.
Oh, you just were like, yeah, fuck it.
Never touched it. Honestly, even till this year, like I started working with Nitro Cross. And like Travis Pastrana and Connor Martell and all them for the Vermont sports car team. And that was all like very new to me. Like it's still very new. Like I just shot NASCAR last weekend for Bommarito Automotive and all that stuff. And so, yeah, it's weird. It's a weird space.
Yeah.
But like they like it. I guess people like that about me because it's not my normal thing. So I show a different perspective.
Yeah. It is kind of cool because it's like people follow you on social media and they get like a glimpse into your world. But like then when they see like a crossover, like they're like, oh, you guys like know each other. You guys collaborate. Like,
right.
It's kind of magical for them.
Yeah.
You know?
And like for me, like I don't want to like box myself in. So I'm all about,
these are ghetto boom arms. They're really
I'm like, damn, okay, what's going on here?
I know, they're strong as fuck.
So
they've been eating that protein
like,
cereal.
So like me, like I don't want to be like boxed in. So like if I get asked to shoot something and I'm pretty like, yeah, cool, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But like I want it to look like my style.
Yeah.
I want it to be true to me. But like, yeah, I mean, whatever you throw in front of me, I'm gonna shoot it the way I shoot it, and it's gonna look like me. I just won't do weddings or babies. I won't shoot weddings or kids.
Yeah, don't hit me up for that. That's like the number. Is that the number one question you get? Is like, do you ever shoot weddings?
Oh, cool, man. You're a photographer, so like you do weddings, and
Always.
I'm like, ugh, that is like the farthest thing from what I do.
Yeah, I tell people I'm a videographer, and I'm like, yeah, so I do like, more like film-esque stuff, and they're like, oh, so you do weddings? I'm like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, like, it's weird for me to describe myself to people when they're like, oh, cool, you're a photographer. And I'm just like, here, like, let me just show you what I do. It's easier to just be like, here, just look.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, I don't know, I would say I'm pretty well-rounded, like, not to toot my own horn, but like, I would say I'm pretty well-rounded with what I do. And, but yeah, like, I'm just, I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just a dude with a camera. Like, literally, that's like the way I described myself in the beginnings. Like, that is how I view myself. I'm like, not like this higher than mighty dude, like, or like one of the best in the city. Like, I do not look at myself that way. I do not like being labeled as that. Like, I'm just like, oh, cool, Larry. Yep. He's a dude with a camera and he's good at what he does. It's all I need.
He is humble. I like to toot my own horn now.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm good. I'm good on it. Like,
I'm like, shoot, put some respect on my name.
Damn.
Better put some respect on his name too.
Damn. So yeah, it's like, I don't know. For me, yeah, it's just never been about. Whenever I started photography, I didn't even know about social media. I was just like, oh, cool. Like, and I had an Instagram and I was like posting like cloud porn, food porn.
Yeah.
Like, Instagram was very different back in the day.
So different.
Like 2015, 2016, Instagram. Wild.
When everyone was using like the Nashville and like Mayfair filters on their photos.
Yeah. And like,
and everything was crusty.
What was
looking.
It? There was like a lo-fi one.
Yeah. And then there was like a Gingham.
Oh, God.
Gingham was a good one. Juno
was a good. Juno was fire. I do remember that.
Oh, I remember Lark.
Lark was a hitter too.
Yeah. That was like, it was hit or miss. Depending on the photo.
Yeah. If you just suck. And honestly, I'll be very honest out there, people. If you suck at taking photos, it's not going to matter how you edit.
Facts.
Figure out your compositions first, people.
Seriously. Like,
I hate to be that way, but like, figure out your comp, then you're good.
That's the best way to do it, honestly. And for video too.
I had one person one time literally tell me that my photo with a GoPro was some of the worst composition they've ever seen. I was told this one time. It was the last time I was ever told that.
Composition is huge.
And now I get recognized for my compositions.
Yeah.
That shit struck a nerve. And I was like,
I mean, it is
here
different.
I am 7 years later still talking about it.
It is pretty different whenever you have composition where the bottom third is your legs dangling off a building and the top 2/3 is like city from really high up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
How did that start? Like, I know you talked about graffiti, but like, when were you just like, you know what? I want to do that.
I'm going to do it. So I think it all started whenever I worked for the Cardinals and I was working, my office was in the press box. So I overlooked everything and I would look out to the city every day.
You were really high up already.
So I was already high up, but like I would look out to One Metropolitan Way every day and that peak, that
taunting
peak,
you. Yeah.
Literally. And I was like, man, I would tell my buddies that I worked with, I was like, one day I'm gonna climb that thing.
Yeah.
And I just like fixated on it. And then the one day that I finally did it, me and my buddy Zach, we dressed up. I actually wore what I wear for the Cardinals, like business slacks, Aldo shoes, white button down, nice belt.
Your first time up there was in a suit?
We thought that the only way we were going to get in the building was if we dressed the part for the people that work there. So we dressed up and we actually broke our cameras down. We put our lenses and everything. And my buddy had a suitcase and we put everything in a suitcase, a briefcase.
Yeah.
And we walked up and we took the elevator up and we had like everything that we needed. And we found a door that was open and we got up. And so like my first dangle shot, I still have it. It's like me in Lululemon slacks and my Aldo shoes. And it's just with a GoPro and I'm just dangling off the side. And that was that.
How did it feel to actually like be up there for the first time?
it was kind of
look at the press box.
It was interesting because I was like, God, like it's finally happening. And then immediately my brain was like, oh God, what do I do next? Like I didn't even like enjoy the moment. I was just like, so
it was a milestone, not the end.
No. Yeah, it was definitely like the beginning.
Yeah.
Of like, and I'm still not even like, people ask me all the time, like, what's your end goal? And I'm like, to do what I want to do for a living and love it.
Yeah.
So like, that's like the end goal, like to continue to be able to do this for a living and love it every day.
Yeah.
Like there is no end goal. The end goal is like when I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like I will be taking photographs until the day I die. I'll be an 80-year-old dude, hopefully somewhere in a different country, walking down the street with a Leica, still shooting bangers and getting my steps in.
Okay, so you mentioned Leica. I want to go through your camera journey now.
Oh God! Well,
and I want to know what you were thinking when you got each one.
Leica is not the camera I have right now, but Dante has a very nice one, which is
right
here.
And there's a video on my YouTube channel that I'll link where I like tested it because like I really thought
this
the
thing
hype was
is
not
a
real.
Tank.
But
it's also small
badass.
though too. Like it's. I don't know if I like that because my 1DX is huge, and I like that.
That's why like the thumb grip on there is like almost necessary because it's such a small camera.
But yeah, we can go through cameras. So I started with a Hero 4
With the
silver.
Hero 4. Then you got what?
I briefly shot with a 6D, a Canon 6D. I've always shot Canon.
What lenses did you have with it?
24 to 105.
Okay.
Like the kit
solid,
lens.
yeah.
F4. Terrible. Great lens.
Oh, it was an F4.
It was an F4.
Okay.
And then I went to a 5D, just a Canon 5D, the Mark I, the classic.
Yeah.
And then I upgraded to a Canon 5D Mark II, which was also a classic camera. I mean, that was the very first DSLR that did video.
Yeah, it was like, good at it.
Like that thing was like set the bar for what Sony and everything and all these other DSLRs are doing now. Like that was the camera I shot with. And one of my biggest influences, 13th Witness, like he was the dude, like when I saw him shooting that, I was like, that's the camera. Like if his photos look like that, I've got to have this camera. And so then I literally went up the line. I went up to, I had a 5D Classic, the Mark I, I had a 5D Mark II, and then I went to a 5D Mark III, and then I went to a 5D 4, and then I went to the 1DX Mark III, which I currently have right now.
So all Canon. You really just went through the whole 5D line.
The 5D series, man, was like just completely impressive every time. Like
what made you stick with Canon?
The way it felt.
Okay.
The way it felt in my
Was
hand.
it just the form factor of the camera itself?
Yeah, it was all recognizable for me. And I thought that Sony was just felt like toys. Like I thought they were like just small and like felt like plastic. So like, and I didn't like the color profiles on them.
Yeah.
Canon color is just like.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's known for.
And like I always wanted to be a photographer. I didn't want to be a videographer / photographer. So I was like, cool. Like if I'm only doing photo, then I wanted to be the best photo.
Yeah.
And I didn't care about like specs. I didn't care about quality. I cared about the way it felt and the way it looked.
That's because like, I mean, specs only get you so far. The stuff you see on the
I don't need
sheet.
a 45 megapixel camera to post stuff on social media.
No.
My 1DX Mark III is a 20 megapixel camera.
Yeah.
And I get compliments all the time. Bro, your photos are immaculate. They're sharp as hell. And that is a 20 megapixel camera.
Especially for social media, that's all you freaking need.
And even like for billboards and stuff like that. I've done billboards before.
Yeah.
For like Scarefest. I did all the Scarefest billboards.
Yeah.
And like, those are shot with a 1DX Mark III. I'm sure you probably get asked this all the time. Man, what's like the best starter camera?
Any
one that you have. Start with an iPhone.
Okay, so for photo, like I'll give the answer for video that I think too, but like from a photographer perspective, what would you say to that?
I would say if you wanted to, it just all is situational. So like I would never use a Nikon. Nikon just doesn't exist.
What's that?
No, I think the best photo camera to start with is just like whatever you have. Like honestly, what you have in your pocket, bro. Like start with an iPhone.
iPhones are hella capable now.
Like I've taken more concert photos on my iPhone and edited the raw photos because this actually has more megapixels than my camera.
Isn't it like 45 on these now?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's actually
so
kind of ridiculous.
It all comes back to like your composition. If you can if you can understand composition with any camera and any lens, then you're golden. Like really in the realm of things, like that's where it all begins. Like you cannot build a strong foundation, or you can't build a house on a weak foundation. You have to have the strong foundation. And Your composition is your foundation.
Also shoot RAW, not JPEG.
You know, I shot the story so far the other day, and I definitely shot with a Fuji.
Fuji?
I have well, I'm borrowing my buddy's Fuji.
How do you feel about Fujis?
I really want to get one just for concerts.
You know,
and they need to be small. I need the X100 or the Fuji the
X100V.
Yeah, I need the newest one that came out, but they're like back ordered for like 7 months. It's like the 6 or something like that. It's like the X100 6 or something like that. But
it's like the equivalent to the Q2 there.
But I want one, and they're back ordered, and it's basically impossible.
Dude, it's impossible to get an X100V.
But like, it's crazy though. For PhotoPass, like with my DSLR, like I need a PhotoPass. With my Fuji, I walk right in. They're like, oh, cool. Like he's not gonna be able to do anything with it. And I just buy pit tickets, and I get close to the rail and go crazy.
Yeah, that's like any stadium here. I'm always like, because whenever people are like, "Can you shoot a video for us?" I'm like, "You're in a stadium. These automatically are not getting in there." Like they look at, I've had them in there plenty of times, but like it really just depends on the person working that day.
Busch Stadium actually let me, the day that I shot the Metro Boomin show, they actually let me take my DSLR in there.
Really?
Yeah. But like I only had like a 50, like I didn't have like a 7200.
Okay, yeah.
But I think they were just like, oh, like I don't even think they were tripping.
Yeah.
And I was just like, interesting. But
I brought the Q2 and they're just fine.
Yeah,
they were like, oh, can you take my photo? I'm like,
yeah, no, that thing's a killer. I've actually shot
such a sleeper.
I've shot with the Q2 for the soccer game that I used.
Yeah.
Or that I got to shoot.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
It was good. It's just not fast for sports.
Yeah, for sports,
it's a portrait. It's a portrait camera for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely like street portrait. That's like its thing.
Like if I had like a high editorial shoot or something like that, and they're like, cool, like what do you want to use? I'd say like either a Hasselblad or a Leica.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use my 1DX.
So have you climbed on a ton of buildings in other cities too?
Yeah, I mean, I've even done it in other countries. I did it in Shanghai.
How was that?
Crazy.
Yeah, how was like the whole experience there? Because wasn't there like a mini doc you guys made while you were over there?
Yeah, so my buddy Jack Fitz, my buddy Jack Fitz, Jackie, he randomly was already going to China with his girlfriend, and I third wheeled.
And
like they were cool with it though. Like, thank you, Jack and Jess, because you guys are amazing. They live in Denver now. He's doing great.
Yeah,
he has like a media company.
Oh damn, okay.
He's a great videographer, like amazing, like probably one of the best ones that I know. Him and my buddy Frankie, they're like both up there. But
nice.
So he was already going to China, and I think I booked like the flight randomly, like after a 5-minute conversation, like in the car with him, and it was like $400 round trip.
What?
Yeah, in 2019.
What?
It was
$400.
And we went for like 10 days. I couldn't pass it up. And like, I think the Chinese visa costs like $100 and it's good for 10 years.
So it was like a $500 round trip.
And like the Airbnbs were already bought from them. It was sick.
Dude, what the fuck?
We went to Soju, we went to Shanghai, and then we just like filmed because he wanted to do video stuff. And I had just got a bag from Hex brand.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, cool. Like we'll spec it out and do that for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took Jack a very, very long time to edit just because he got busy with life. But the video's out there. It's like on my it's on my page. It's like in my reels, like way down there. I've been everywhere. I've been to Canada, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Africa, I've been to China, all from a camera.
What about Europe?
Never been to Europe. I might actually be going on tour to Europe with a band.
That'd be nice.
But I'm not gonna say anything yet.
Okay, well if whatever happens
and
with
I might be going on a tour in September with a very, very big band. Quite possibly. But it's on the big band's tour, but it's opening up. It's the band that's opening for the tour, but still, it's on the tour. Yeah. They're I haven't talked to them yet, but they're a band out of Nashville, if that gives you any hints. I don't know. Yeah, I want to be a touring photographer. Like that's like what I want to do. I don't want to stay in St. Louis all my life, even though it will always be home. But I want to be out on the road.
Yeah. That's the battle that us as like creators here face every day is like, we love being here, but like,
right.
For what we want to do, like it's just not sustainable here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the work that I get now is out of state.
Same.
And I'm just like, how is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. But I know St. Louis is very cliquey, and if you don't know the right person, or like you're just not a thought, if you're just not the first thought in someone's mind, then you're basically just forgotten about.
Would you like say that that's kind of how it's been since you started in 2015, or do you think it's kind of developed and changed since then?
I would say it's always been about who you know.
Yeah.
like being the person that is in the circle already helps.
Mm-hmm.
But like also I've made my way into a lot of circles, I think, from just like being persistent, and also persistent and consistent.
Showing up.
Yeah. I think there's something to be said about being punctual. Like when you tell somebody, hey, you're going to be here at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're there at 10 o'clock and ready to go.
I was here at 10:05 today.
I was here before him.
Yep. He texted me like at 10 and I was sitting at a stoplight.
You should see me for ride-alongs with the fire department. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, I want to talk about the fire department, because like that is something that honestly I didn't even really know was a position that anyone would do.
I didn't know until
Did you just like want to do it one day?
No, so two of my good friends, one of my best friends, Ryan, and my buddy Jake, they both already worked for the fire department, and they were kind of my end. They were like, hey, like, there's this position we think that you'd be a good fit for. There's already a dude that does it.
Yeah.
But like, you have like, you have all this time, and like, I think you could do better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, not even about better, or like, I think I just had more availability, and I had more want to showcase it like in an artistic way.
Yeah.
So, so shout out Jake and Ryan, because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have been able to get the position. But then I just started showing up to fires more. I was following the Twitter for the fire department, and they were posting in real time, like 2300 block of Vermont, like one story, fully involved frame, and like it would be in real time, and I'd already be out shooting, so I would just type it into my GPS and show right up.
So you were already doing this before they even reached out to you?
Yeah, and then whenever, because of my buddy Ryan and Jake, they told me, they're like, hey, like this could be a thing. And so I took it upon myself with the initiative and just started doing it. And long story short, it basically worked out that way.
So if you get a call right now, you'd have to just dip.
I mean, I could tell you probably what's going on in the city right now. Let me see. I have it silenced, respectfully. But
wow. I feel honored, honestly.
So like since 10:30 last night, there's been a person threatening to jump.
Jeez.
There's been a motor vehicle accident, a rubbish fire, dumpster fire, a building fire, fuel spill, medical alarm, building fire, and a child locked in an automobile.
Wow.
And those are just like some of the companies that I don't have like every notification. But like, yeah, I basically have like an app on my phone that like will direct me. Like if I click on this, I'll put on like Apple Maps and it will like direct me exactly to like where I need to go.
It'll tell you where everything is.
Yep. And then I have a radio. I have like bunker gear. I have like full setup, all that stuff. So yeah, they're very cool, man. It's like, it's just a really, really cool thing to be able to do. Like, even though I don't do it that often lately because I've been busy, but like that doesn't like hurt me either. They're just like, yeah, man, like whenever you get a chance, cool. Whenever you shoot stuff, send it to us and we'll post it and like, we'll use it. So they're very cool.
That's such an interesting thing though.
It's like, not a paid thing. I don't get paid for it. That's why they're cool about it.
Yeah.
So the city doesn't pay me for it, but they give me the access.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a very interesting thing. Like, there was a time where they were like, yeah, we'll cover your gas. And like, that just never happened. But like, but it looks good on a resume. Like for a letter of recommendation from the chief of the fire department. Yeah. Like I could get that if I really needed it. I tried to work for a news outlet one time as being like a streamer, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But like the hours were weird. And I think being a freelancer and like knowing that like I can wake up at 9:30 in the morning and be like, yeah, cool. Like I want to start my day and not have to work specifically for somebody every day doing the same mundane things. I think that's like the perks and obviously of like the definition of being a freelancer. Yeah. The money comes and goes. Yeah. But like at least I work on my own schedule, you know? Yeah. I make my own rules. Like I pick and choose who I want to work with when I want to work with them. And it's great. Like I love that.
Yeah. It's like you get to set your own parameters. And that's the beauty of it, dude.
Yeah. And I've been doing it now since I really started like full-time freelancing since probably 2020, like right during COVID. Yeah. Like I was doing nightclub photography. Laid off? Yeah, I was doing nightclub photography before. And like I was on a salary and it was good. And then like once COVID hit,
that just everything.
It went away and I just didn't want to do that anymore. Yeah. I got tired of being around people.
So it was kind of like a blessing in disguise where it's like, shit, this goes. But like at the same time, like kind of burnt out on it anyways.
Yeah. I mean, very much so. I mean, I like being around people and I don't mind being alone though. It's like I'm a big homebody. Like people think that like I live this like crazy life on the internet or probably like whatever they see. Like when I'm at home, man, like I'm eating like strange donuts and like in my boxers and like watching YouTube videos. Like Straight up. Like, I'm just like a boring dude.
Are you subscribed to my YouTube channel?
I don't think I am, actually.
Thank you for the honesty.
I don't think I am. I didn't even know you had a podcast.
Damn.
Until you asked me about this.
Damn. And I mean, I could definitely post more.
Not
honestly.
like me being on this is going to get you any more traction, but it's cool to like conversate and like hang out.
Get a subscriber from it, you know?
It's cool to hang out.
It's probably going to be you, but he's not going to subscribe. He literally just like gave a blank face.
No, I will.
And that's okay.
I'm a real one. I'll do it.
That's okay. Where do you see yourself going after St. Louis then?
I would love ideally to move to New York.
New York.
I need a big playground.
See that. I need a playground. See that.
Like, you want to talk about a sandbox? No, I'm trying to go to like a jungle gym.
Oh my God. I'm surprised that you haven't been
love
up
New York.
there like just permanently yet.
I have a good buddy up there, Sidar, Trash Hand. Yeah. He's like one of the biggest photographers. Like, I think he has like 600K.
Like, the name sounds familiar.
Trash Hand is legit, dude. And he's super nice, very humble. Like, it's crazy to think that like I consider him as a friend now.
Yeah.
Because like I used to like look up to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's in New York now. I mean, there's a lot of good people in New York. 13th is up there. Seabass, Sebastian, he's legit. Good homie of mine. I mean, it's just like unlimited possibilities. And you get all 4 seasons.
You do.
You're close to like other cities like Philadelphia, which is sick. You're close to other cities Boston. Like Pittsburgh, Boston. Yeah. You have a lot of abandoned things up there as well because it is old. And you have crazy architecture.
So what's keeping you here then?
Money. My rent is very cheap here.
Facts. That's
and there's no traffic. Here, let's just go down a list. Let's go down the positives before we go down the negatives.
Okay. Oh,
no
I
traffic.
like that approach.
No traffic. Good food.
Okay.
Genuinely nice people.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Cheap rent.
Yeah.
Everything centrally located.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly,
and we have a major airport that's not far.
It's really not.
So to get in and get out is dope.
Yo, flying out of
and like
here
if you
so
know,
nice.
And if you're somewhat connected in the city, then things are very easy for you.
Yes.
Like if you know the right people, you're good.
Yes.
And it's not hard to know the right people either.
Yeah. People are pretty accessible.
And we have good sports. Like we do have good sports. Like
right now?
R.I.P. Battlehawks.
That shit pissed me. Okay,
I can't believe that. We don't even have to get on that.
Yeah, no, that's a whole. Man. That's a whole.
But no, like baseball. Like I've always been a baseball dude.
Yeah.
I like hockey. I mean, the MLS team is dope. So I mean, like we have things. Like I wish we had a football team still.
Wish we had a basketball team.
I mean, we used to have the Hawks.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
But like,
not many people know that, and we won a championship with the Hawks.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah. I mean, St. Louis is supplying everything that I need, not everything I want. So like there is like a difference, and like I travel a lot too. So like if I don't have something I need here, I just go to what I want, and then I come back.
It is nice to be able to like be based here because also we're centrally located, so like flights are really never that long.
No, I mean like the only thing that sucks is like, and I absolutely hate LA, is like getting out to LA for things. Yeah, LA is probably the scum of the earth for me. LA is trash. I could call 10 people right now that would answer and be like, I hate LA.
They have a lot of parking lots though.
Yeah, but it's all like $100.
Well, it's their highways.
It's terrible.
It's awful.
Oh yeah, it is our highways.
It's just
to drive 5 miles in LA takes an hour. Like,
which is insane to me.
St. Louis, man, you know that when you're driving 30 miles, it's going to take 30 minutes.
Literally. I mean, you can get basically from edge of the metro area to edge of the metro area, no matter what direction, in like 45 minutes. You are hungry. You're sitting here trying to tell me you're not feral.
Oh, is that a croissant?
This man crinkles one little wrapper and you're like, hey, what you got over there?
I heard that like this. I was like, yo, what?
Motherfucker perked up. Did you see that?
What is it?
He was like,
what is it?
Felix's. Be open more. I would eat Felix's like, I think I ate it every week when I lived in Dogtown.
Yeah, no. Felix.
Yeah, every week.
Dogtown's not my vibe either, but that's okay.
It's just small, quaint.
It's expensive too.
And
I live downtown.
It is expensive.
I live downtown and it's cheap.
Okay, you know what? Let's talk about it because you are a downtown resident. Is it really? Oh shit! I'm getting excited.
I've been a downtown resident in the city of St. Louis for 6 years.
Is it as bad as people say it is?
Maybe I'm not the person to ask because I like chaos, but I would say it's chaotic.
It's chaotic.
Like I hear gunshots all the time. I see car accidents all the time. And like working for the fire department too, I know what's happening and where it's happening. Yeah. So my senses are like way heightened.
Yeah.
So like I'll hear sirens and literally go check my phone and be like, okay, cool. Like somewhere got shot around the corner.
Yeah.
And like that just like doesn't register with me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, cool. Well, I don't think they're shooting at me. So like I'm not really too worried about it.
It's just another thing that's going on.
Kind of. I mean, honestly, sometimes like Hellcats and gunshots honestly put me to sleep at night.
Hellcats and gunshots.
It's like a lullaby.
Make that an ASMR thing on YouTube. Make a 10-hour
like literally,
Hellcats
like, I'll be laying in my bed at home and I'm just like, and I'm like,
it's like, damn.
If this was about money, I would have not dropped out of high school. I would have went to college and I would have been doing like some CPA type of thing or like some medical field, like a nurse practitioner.
Medical, yeah.
Or I would have became a firefighter or something like that.
Yeah,
because they have pretty cush schedules too.
Yeah,
they're on for 2, off for 4.
They do got to throw hands with fires, but like, you know,
if you're in the right department, you don't. Like my buddy works out at Chesterfield. Like he ain't never going to see a fire.
What happens in Chesterfield? What goes on out there?
I think people fall down.
Oh, they do? Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Okay.
And like a car accident.
Okay, yeah.
From like what I've gathered. Like medical stuff, like medical stuff happens everywhere.
Yeah, that's no
But like no one's getting popped. No one's like burning their house down.
Everyone's just kind of like, oh shit, fell over.
Oh damn.
Oh damn.
This is it.
Kind Target.
Of. Yeah, no one's
Bass
like
Pro Shop.
Yeah. Even like in their house.
Oh damn, they don't even make it to Bass Pro Shop. They just
the Bass Pro Shop's out there.
I don't know. That whole Chesterfield is like huge, and it's like a whole area that I just don't even really know about.
I just always wonder like when the city and county are going to merge so we can just fix this place.
Please.
That's all I got to say.
And if that happens, the crime stats.
Not only that,
we won't even be in the conversation.
Not only that, but downtown will actually be a city.
But then Chesterfield's trying to make their own downtown.
I know it's crazy,
wild to think.
When I tell people that don't live here, I'm like, yeah. So St. Louis City only like the city stops right here.
Yeah,
and then like St. Louis starts here, and they're like, what?
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, it's weird.
They're like, there's only 300,000 people. What?
When there could be 3.1.
Yeah, we could be fucking huge. That's a conversation for another podcast. We'll talk about it on another one. Thank you for tuning in. Where can people find you?
I'm on social at Sekondtry. ChatGPT, if you wanted to actually really, that's just creepy. I only have an Instagram. I have a website, secondtry.com.
Fuck ChatGPT.
Hit me up. My assistant will get back to you. She's legit. She's dope. And let's work. Take me on tour.
If you want to have them on your podcast too, like don't just be generic. Like talk about some real shit.
Yeah, I'm a real dude. I like real shit.
So that's it. Thank you for tuning in.
21.
Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Yeah, do ad libs for me. Come on. 21. All right. Don't forget to hit subscribe. This big fat button right here. Hit subscribe. Drop a like. Leave a comment below. Tell me what kind of wings you like. It's actually really fucking soft.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, damn. Crazy, right? I've slept on that before in here.
This is legit.
There's a futon in here, and I have a blanket because the creator life is a hustle. So it's a creator hustle.
Should we hit him with one more?
With the subscribe?
Or no. With a
on 3. 1, 2,
3.
Damn. We'll see you in the next one.